What is really not fun is to listen to anyone sing the lyrics incredibly wrong. Scooby boop, skidoo bop, skip doo. Hey, I'm Zac Hanson.
Hi, I'm Taylor Hanson.
Hi, I'm Zac Hanson.
We're talking about MMMBop, and this is my side of the story.
It was written with the intention of being a background part.
For another song called Boomerang, we were standing around a microphone, and it's hard to say who literally said MMMBop.
I think Taylor probably sang it first. I was probably like coloring or something. I mean, I was little.
And if my memory serves me correctly, three of us walked out of the control room where we were working in kind of an area where there was a little bit more reverb, and we were just kind of singing.
Before we knew it, we were singing this little scatty part.
It's very possible that Taylor said the first idea. Like, how would you scat?
3 M's was probably three brothers.
3 M's was two things. One, it is more than two.
2 M's looked weird. 4 M's looked too long.
Yeah. But also, it looked balanced.
I think 3 is kind of artistic, so makes sense.
It's about choices.
Life.
Relationships. You could also say time. The actual word MMMBop is some kind of synonym for an instant or a moment. There's a lyric that says, in an MMMBop they're gone, and in an MMMBop they're not there.
I think Taylor probably started it, and it was MMMBop.
I wrote the first lyrics past the MMMBop itself.
And then I remember very vividly walking by Taylor, and he's got this very intense kind of cerebral look on his face.
We were sort of losing friends around us, and so I sat down and was really thinking about the moment that was going on.
And he goes, hey, remember that scatty thing? I'm like, yeah. He had that first verse.
You have so many relationships in this life, only one or two will last.
Like, and it could start kind of mellow, and then it could work into the chorus. I'm like, I like this idea. We should work on this idea. I did legitimately have this concern, which is that people would not understand what the song was about because of the tempo of that first verse, that it's so catchy. And I'm like, no one's gonna hear the lyric.
It was very clear that MMMBop and you have so many relationships in this life were very different ideas, and we had to make MMMBop mean something. I just remember being young, being like, this is fun to sing, but that's a lot. The dynamic of the three brothers in general, Taylor and Isaac care a great deal about many, many things, and I just care about the one thing I've got to get done. So I probably didn't pay attention.
I think Isaac and I were riffing around these ideas, and MMMBop is about time. It's about choices.
The ideas that we had for the song's video were amazingly well received for as unachievable as they seem to be. We're like, so we'd like to be passing through time, vintage footage. We want to be growing inside a flower.
There's a lyric that says, plant a seed, plant a flower, plant a rose. Our idea was, well, let's play on a flower. Well, we're referencing a rose, so let's play on top of a rose. Well, the rose didn't work, and they couldn't find time-lapse footage that made any sense, so it became a pansy.
I think of two things when I think of the music video. One, how terrible that flower set looked. We were so mortified at how ugly it was.
We still have that flower that we played on in the music video.
And then two, any opportunity to get inside a trash can, I was just like, cool, I'm gonna do something that no one thought I would use this prop for, because I'm 11.
We had this idea of special effects, like us walking the moon, and when we got there, they're like, okay, just moonwalk. And I remember standing there going, how do you do that?
It ultimately ends up being, we're kind of a little goofy, and Zac, being not only 11 years old, but also kind of a comedian, definitely leaned in.
The first place we heard MMMBop on the radio was in New York.
In Times Square, in a limousine.
We were preparing to go perform on David Letterman.
The song comes on as we're starting to get out of the car.
And it came on WPLJ.
It was probably Z100, and we all just stopped and just listened to the song. That was kind of a crazy experience.
It was an awesome feeling.
I'm in New York City, I'm in Times Square, and that's my song on the radio. Pretty epic.
And then about 30 seconds later, I'm over it, let's go.
Always proud to sing that song.
It's also kind of an emotional song to play. I remember when we played the song MMMBop in our 2018-2019 tour, String Theory. I think every single night I got teary-eyed when the lyric says, so hold on to the ones that really care, because in the end you'll be the only ones there. every single time it hit me, here are all these people, and they're here in the room with you. And in a sense, you're kind of singing a song about them.
Performing is very much about the audience, and the audience is still incredibly excited to hear that song, and so that makes it fun every time. What is really not fun is to listen to anyone sing the lyrics incredibly wrong and be like, I love that song, Scooby-Boop, Skidoo, Bop, Skip-Doo. Am I allowed to give this to myself?
Zac is kind of a little bit more multidisciplined than Taylor is in the sense that he's a cartoonist, a painter, a drummer, and a guitar player and a piano player and all the things. Taylor is most of those things as well.
Definitely Isaac and Zac will say I'm the most artsy.
I say Taylor is probably the most artsy.
Taylor's a little bit more of a traditional artist personality, whereas Zac is a little bit more like the guy you go to when you need a jingle. Oh, Zac definitely likes writing lyrics the most. No question about it.
I enjoy writing songs the most.
Zac and I both enjoy writing the lyrics more. Isaac loves great lyrics, but it always is a real pain for him. I don't think I can give an answer to that, honestly.
Zac has the widest range. Taylor is probably ultimately the one who has the most well-disciplined technique and skill.
Taylor's probably the strongest singer, yeah.
I don't think a person can say I'm the best at anything.
I was tragically born with the gift of gab, and I don't mind talking about our life, MMMBop.
I am much more interested in making music than talking about it. I don't think I'm allowed to be over talking about it. Part of the admission price is talking about what you do.
I actually think the Hanson superpower is talking. We should have talk shows. Really, we should probably stop talking, but we love to talk.